Folks, got another Luger holster. This is a 1915, making it one of the oldest ones I've ever worked on. I'm assuming the maker, I know the maker has something to do with the prices of the Hey folks, got another Luger holster in. This is a 1915, so it is one of the oldest I've worked on. And it's in, the leather's phenomenal. This thing is in great shape. Here's the lid. All that happened was the stitching for the lid came off. So I can restitch that. It'll go pretty quick. It's usually a little over an hour to do that restitch. Especially if I've got thread that matches. Then I don't have to dye any. I don't have to fart around with that. And I do have thread that is a really close match. So we're just going to do that. It is the appropriate thread. It is a linen thread. So it is just pre-dyed. That's all. But it is the appropriate kind of thread. It is a 4-cord. I usually use a 5-cord. It all depends. 4-ply, 5-ply. How many strands are in it is what it comes down to. Anyway, I'm going to get on this and try to make this pretty quick. Get her over with, get her out. I have a handle to do next, and I'm waiting for a response on the other 3 holsters that I got here. So let's get on this one. So there's always telltale marks as to where this was placed. So I'm going to place this where it was. I'm going to grab a couple of pins and pin it in so that it doesn't move on me too much. So if I start right about there, come on. That looks pretty darn good. So I can see too that it was tucked under the mag pouch. Now the stitching is still intact. There was a couple stitches that went through this. Come on. So I want to look to make sure that everything looks like it's going to lay right. And this looks absolutely perfect right now. It should close decent. And I think I am going to go ahead and start stitching. This should be a pretty easy and fast job. I forgot to put my watch on today. I'm actually going to start my timer in a minute here. I'm going to put one more pin in. we're going to go from there. So, I'm trying to time some of these so I have a better, I guess, description of how long it takes. A better idea how long it takes to do something like this. And I've got minimal time into it right now because it was already off. I just had to pull some threads out. And that was it. So, let's get going on the stitching part. Well, you know what? I just got into a groove and just got it done. So it looks really good. I'm happy with it. Hopefully my customer is. This is for a gun shop, actually. So some of the customers I get, most of the customers I get are just private people. I don't get a lot of businesses that inquire about this kind of stuff, but this happened to be a gun shop. And I don't know, we're in pretty good shape here. All done. I'm just going to give it a cleaning and we'll call it good. So we'll be back. Oh, and it took me $51 minutes to stitch the top. So normally I'm at an hour to an hour and a quarter. Sometimes an hour and a half, depends on how bad the top is. This one, really there wasn't a lot into it. I've got to add about 10 minutes into pulling all the stitching out, so I got about an hour on it. And that's all she took. Give it a cleaning. That's about an hour and a quarter by the time I got all the stitching pulled out. So it's not too bad. It's a pretty easy repair as repairs go. So let me get this cleaned up with a little Conley's and we'll move on. Well, there you go. I know you've seen me stitch on a lid before, so I just didn't show any of the stitching, but it's all re-sewn. And here's a 1915 Luger holster. I'll send this back to the gun shop it came from, and we'll get on our way. If you want to see more of what I'm doing, that's cool. I just thought I'd just do a little quick video here that don't mean much. All my holsters go into a linen sack like this, and that's how they get shipped out. The linen isn't going to mess up the leather. Sometimes when you're using bubble wrap and stuff, bubble wrap's a petroleum product. Well, it used to be anyway. And it can stain. It can leave marks on the leather. So if I put it in a bag like this and then bubble wrap it, we're usually much better off. So that's all there is to this one. 1915 P08 Luger holster. And there you go. Y'all stay safe. God bless. I'll catch you in the next video.